I don't know. Whoa, wow. That went live so fast. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, ladybugs and yellow jackets. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's episode. There he is. He's back. This week's episode of FAE News Network. I am your host, Fairy Princess Lolly. And tonight I am here with Baron Gunther Hammerhands. This is going to be one of those nights, I can tell right now. Famous Dana the Boggin.
Hi.
And Count Morbid, the Sluaw.
Woo.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Welcome to this. Oh, I heard feedback. Ion the Leprechaun will not be with us tonight, for he has been very Be nice. He has been very busy actually studying for a Muggle. Some Muggle things that he has to do here in the very near future. So that is what he is focusing on, and so we're wishing him luck ahead of time. But yes, and I see you guys out there. Hi, Kabul, and hi, John Kira. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the show tonight. So, well, I guess in good news, I had a thing. I was gonna hold it up. I was gonna show it to the camera. I guess I have failed to be prepared for the show tonight. What?
Where's that? You want me to get it for you?
No. Oh, I do want to say, before we get into it too much, please hit the like and subscribe button, if you guys will. And then also, please go give a shout out to tonight's sponsor, which is Oddmall, Emporium of the Weird. And if you're from the Northwest, you probably know what Oddmall is. But if not, then Oddmall is basically a huge vendor event that happens normally a couple of times a year. But of course, 2020 has meant that no Oddmalls for this year. But it's basically a huge collection of somewhere between 100 and 200 vendors. It's a massive shopping show of the weird vendors with the unique, eclectic, and interesting things. Not, as they like to say, not your grandmother's bazaar. So it's more of a bazaar. Anywho, thank you. Yes, thank you, Oddmall. Please, you still can go and check them out. Oddmall, oddmall.co is the website, and then also you can follow Oddmall on either Instagram and or Facebook at OddmallPNW. That's going in the ticker, and it's also on the low bar of these videos. And I do believe that they have their vendors, they keep their vendors up until the new show comes along. So certainly at one of those outlets, you can find the Oddmall vendors and look through some of their awesome things. Maybe give some of those vendors a follow. Oddmall will be back next year, so that it's not gone. It's just suffering from the same thing that every other event is suffering from this year. So please go give Oddmall some love in the meantime, you guys. And now with that said, and out of the way, we can continue. How is everybody's lovely smoke-filled week going?
I can't breathe.
I have the air conditioner on all the time, and it is cold in here.
You know what I found out today? I found out the Pennsylvania Ren Fair is going on right now.
Is going on? The Pennsylvania Ren Fair is happening?
Yeah, it's like I just spoke to one of the vendors, and they're like, "Yeah, we would do the thing, but we're going to be at the Pennsylvania Ren Fair for the next 8 weeks." And I'm like, "Well, that's nice."
8 weeks.
Yeah. And I was like, "That's nice. Northwest is burning."
Yeah, it's true. The Northwest. Well, thank goodness we finally got some rain, because I don't know if it's rained at all down where you are, famous Dana, but it's not a lot of rain, but it's been enough to definitely make things weird and smoky and balmy all at the same time, and
So
to
like Count Wilber's house, then, yeah?
be seen on the ground. Now, I'm pretty sure his house is his garage may not be the opposite of smoky.
This room looks kind of smoky. Look, he's got smoke right by his ear right there, see?
Yes, I think that the grumpy garden gnome that Count Morbid lives with sometimes smokes like a chimney. Puff, puff, puff.
Yes.
It's very hard taking care of all of those roses.
I kind of miss it when things weren't burning and you could actually go to a beach or something.
Well, what is happening in your screen there, Count Morbid? I'm going to embiggen you because it looks like you've got smoke, like billowing around you, sort of, or a flickering light of some sort. Will you get your face out of the camera? Now I can't see anything.
I'm underlit.
No, but I mean,
I complain about your face all the time too.
I believe you, actually. Yeah, good.
Oh,
good.
that's cute.
Oh, is it one of those air freshening humidifier thingies? It looks really cool. Wherever you had it setting, it gives this like a smoky effect. Like it either looks like flickering lights or it looks like you're shrouded in a fog of mystery.
I think he's doing a seance.
Yes. I may have positioned it that way on purpose. Yes.
Are you actually doing a seance?
It's just a humidifier.
Good job.
No essential oils or anything in it.
So,
no essential oils required, or just none in there?
No essential oils and no seance.
There are many things that are supposed to help, but yes, not yet. Although, by the way, again, shockingly enough, this is the time of year where they finally start having sensible house decorations in all of the stores.
Mm-hmm.
Trays and welcome mats for Ouija boards.
And pumpkin spice coffee. Why?
Yes.
I really want to... Go ahead.
I was going to say, well, again, lovely time of year where I've got a few other things.
Duckies.
Rubbery duckies.
So you've been out shopping for Halloween things.
What do you mean?
You haven't seen some of his shares recently? Every time he goes to a store that has an amazing selection of decorations.
For all year-round things.
For all year-round things. That's because every day of the year is Halloween.
Know what you mean. Yes, I don't know what you mean by shopping for Halloween things, because these are definitely all year-round things. It's just that for some reason this is the only time of year where they're sensible. I'm trying to get a little more lighting on this here.
I know, I want to see it. It looks shiny and intricate and cool. Ooh, what is it?
Yes, it's hard to probably see the people, but like you might be able to see the skull right there.
Wait, what? Huh?
It's a candle.
Oh, okay.
But it's got like sort of almost like a gold filigree on the edge of the candle, and then a shiny bird candlestick.
Nice.
Yes, I love it.
And then you put the candle on the candlestick. It turns out is how that works. Actually, one moment.
That's how it normally works.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you don't want to ruin it, right? Oh, cool. Haha. Well, I think I'm a little bit jealous that you have been out Halloween shopping. So I have a question. Ooh.
Well, yeah, I was going to say two nice Corvid Crow Raven ones. They're actually different, slightly different makes, so that you get that nice asymmetrical action going on.
Ooh, are they just? Oh. Never mind.
Yes.
I was seeing things for a second. I mean, I know that it's not supposed to be, but it really looks like a chicken leg. What I really think you need to do is forego using them as candlesticks and build Baba Yaga's house on top of them. The candlestick back scratcher.
I mean, that's legit. I can't reach the middle of my back, so I understand that.
I just am having...
Gunther needs a rake.
Yes.
I
got it before. Yeah. So it is. We need the thing.
Yeah.
It's all weird.
But yes, this is a lovely time of year to buy year-round decorations.
Is this what he's been saving all of his draws for?
I would not doubt it.
I mean, it's better than picking up cinnamon pine cones.
Oh, wait, is that what you're picking up?
Wait, what? Oh. No, that's not funny. Actually, I mean, it took me a second, but I remember the cinnamon pine coincidence.
I saw for the Depot of Poems.
What?
So I did see something appropriate for this season that I could get full of cinnamon, which I think it was Home Depot had brooms, but they were cinnamon scented.
Well,
I mean, basically lovely brooms that you can get at Home Depot. Yes.
I know. The bag of pine cone, the bag of bags of pine cones from last year still have a lovely aroma in the art room. Yes, the bag of bags. Although hopefully we can divest. I can divest myself of some of these at the upcoming camp out that we're doing there on the 1st of October. We'll all throw them into a fire and we'll make balefire pine cones out of them and then chuck them into a fire, and that will help with some of them.
You're taking pine cones to the
Yeah.
Well, a clearing. Yeah.
That's as long as everything is not on fire anymore.
I mean, it's still several weeks away, so and hopefully by then we can have at least a little campfire bonfire thingy in a fire pit, nice and safe, like not in the way that we want to launch any kind of firework and then I don't know, set the entire West Coast on fire.
I thought that was done because of a gender reveal.
Yes, that's what they did. They launched a firework, and it resulted in setting a whole huge, 800,000 acres or something on fire. Beautiful.
I mean, that's not the only thing that. I mean, I was going to say there's been a bunch of different.
Well, yes. I mean, the weather didn't help, and then one of the dumber ones. Yes. I just can't understand how did they not notice? That is just the part that I just couldn't get, right? How did you not notice that you were literally about to burn the world down? I mean, the fire department is relatively fast to respond to things, and it seems as though if you were being responsible and you were like, uh-oh, there go the fireworks, some stuff caught on fire, quick, call the fire department, that they would get there and then they would put it out. That you maybe even could bring out your own hose and help it before it was suddenly beyond containable. Okay, I'll stop.
But I was going to say things have been very dry, and I was going to say it turns out things can happen very quickly.
Okay. And some of those can shoot really, really far. You may not even know that they're still there.
I suppose that could be too. Well,
I was just going to go with bad things can happen really quickly, and a 5-minute drive from a station is too late.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, it is 2020, so I suppose that it here we are, the year of the apocalypse.
Anything that can go wrong will.
I'm not sure what the Chinese calendar is supposed to be for this year, but I'm sure that it's been replaced with the word apocalypse.
I'm afraid you're wrong because you're using the singular and not the plural.
The apocalypti?
Yes, apocalypse or something. Yes, we're not limited to just the one.
Great. Are you trying to say that this is just going to continue into 2021?
I mean, at least for the rest of 2020.
No, we're having concurrent. I'm saying we're having simultaneous, overlapping.
So
yeah, it is definitely Ragnarok. Everything's on fire, and the apocalypse. So yeah, that's great.
Okay, so I have one of the things that I wanted to show you guys. I have to pull it up here, though. I have to share screen. I might have already mentioned it last week on the show. I'm not entirely sure if I did, but we started making the fairy press. Get it? Fairy press? We thought that was a good joke when we came up with the name. Anyway, and so this is the Fairy Press, and I wanted to show it to you guys because it is available for a digital download in our Etsy store for $1.99. It is 4 pages of fairy news that will be happening monthly, at least at this point in time. Or if you are on our Patreon, then you can get it mailed to you as if you are at the Roman gnome level or higher. And I just kind of wanted to share it because I thought it was really cool and that you guys might want to see it, since I don't think I had that up. But yes, so.
And look, it's people I know.
Hey, this is one of the places where Gunther's gossip goes. I think it's on page 2, actually. I could be wrong about that. Which, speaking of...
Page 2.
Yes. What?
Page 2.
She's got it all.
Okay. Famous Dana has a copy of it. Yes, page 2. And speaking of which...
He's got a cool symbol for his symbol there.
Yes, he made that himself because he is kind of the expert resident crest maker at this point. He has made some really great ones.
I just call autistic talent. That's all it is.
Well, I feel like, so I'm going to change our little ticker here because honestly, it says submit news, but it's really more like news and gossip. And I'm just thinking that this is where you would go to submit gossip for Gunther, because he loves to read us gossip in between our news articles here on the show.
I just want to know what's going on in the kingdom, man. That's all.
I mean, who knew
do you
about
remember
the
those
dragons?
pamphlets that I?
Yeah.
You know what? I actually saw.
I
I saw those pamphlets the other day. To be honest with you,
I feel like I have one of those somewhere within reach of me, but
it's within 10 feet of you. I know what it is.
What amused me is again a lot of the pamphlets were about how to properly coexist with some of the stranger creatures, including the poor misunderstood goblins. And I was accused of spreading FAE propaganda.
Oh yes, I mean you never.
I know. I was shocked as well.
Yeah, I was just saying.
But I did especially like the term FAE propaganda. However.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah.
He's propagating something. That's all.
Propagating something. It's true.
Moisture in the air.
It is the worst here right now. The worst. Oh.
I'm over here eating cough drops like it's no one's business, because it's nobody's business if I'm eating cough drops.
Oh, by the way, we have a couple of food-related things to mention. One, I know it's terribly, horribly rude to eat during this. However, I do have a very appropriate dish for myself, which is bangers and mash, which is terribly, terribly English and gravy.
I thought the bangers and mash was
my bangers
Irish.
Are mashed.
It could be. It's all English.
Yeah, close enough. United
I don't know
Kingdom.
anything about eating while
I'm
on the
pretty
air.
sure they serve it. Yes. But the other thing is I'm perfectly happy to recite my recipe for throat soothing remedy. What I've called, or what has been called in other places, gollum juice, which is hot water, honey, vinegar, lemon juice, ginger, and sometimes a little bit of cayenne. I feel like I'm missing a couple things, but it's very good for sore throats.
It actually sounds really good right now.
I don't know that we have cayenne.
Yes. Yes, it's when you want.
I think we do, actually.
Cayenne is optional. The cayenne is partly when you want a little something to also open up the sinuses. The cayenne's there's a bunch of different recipes that are more or less just based around hot water and honey. The apple cider vinegar is usually pretty good. Again, some of it's to taste / what symptoms you're currently having. Again, it's my go-to when my throat's raw and screaming at people.
I feel like we're going to start having an account.
Well, and I'm sure there's many fine teas and such as well. And I'm sorry, I missed what Gunther said.
I did too.
I said we should start having a Count Morbid cooking show at this point.
The Count Morbid cook. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Well, one of his. Here we come the day to discover that one of his secret skills is that he's actually very good at cooking and just doesn't like to tell anybody that, because he wouldn't want anybody to think that he enjoys anything ever.
I feel like bangers and mash and hot tea are fairly on brand. However,
sounds so good. Now you're making me hungry.
It's not quite tea, but
Can you stop talking about this?
Well, it's just that it's so incredibly delicious. When you're hungry, when your throat is sore.
No, I'm going to put you on mute. I'm going to mute you. No.
When your stomach's growling, you have to growl right back.
Also, I'm going to pour a large fountain of water and talk about how urgently somebody needs to use the restroom.
No, because I will make Gunther. Gunther will have to. It's his weakness.
I mean, it's just I don't know. Hearing the water so much makes me have to go pee, other than just living the life makes me have to go pee.
Well, and now we've officially crossed into the realm of TMI, ladies and gentlemen. Our vendor for tonight is down in the wings, and of course, before we bring them into the show, we need to do the drawing for this last week. So we had a vote because this last week, the little prize that we had was the Pocket Pixie. And I'm going to show you a picture of the Pocket Pixie. Here it is. So we had a vote for what the magical powers of the Pocket Pixie should be for use in the hedge. And this is what it came up with, which is it is known, pixies are known for their tiny size. And this pixie similarly has the power to reduce any item to pocket size until the user ends the enchantment. Spell wears off after 24 hours, and you can use the Pocket Pixie up to 3 times before you have to magically refill it. So the magic word for this last week was embiggen, as suggested by one of our viewers. And so we shall now do the drawing for the Pocket Pixie. That's
okay.
What?
I mean, it's going to shrink. Okay, I'm with it. Embiggen, shrinking things, I'm with you. Okay.
Yes, one of our viewers suggested that as the word, and I thought it was great. So here is the wheel of wind. Spin, spin, spin.
Yay!
Vicky Aquinera, you are the winner of the Pocket Pixie. Congratulations, because I know for a fact that you went out of your way at the last minute to get your one extra entry, and I guess it paid off. So there it is for you. And with that said, then let us bring in tonight's. I'm really excited, you guys, for tonight's vendors. So let me go grab them here.
By excited, she means that she made me go through hoops and numbers.
Hello.
Hello.
Starlit Skies, how are you guys? Oh, that totally rhymes.
Thank you for having us.
Fantastic. Happy to be back.
Yes, thank you. I was just going to say, you have been here on the show before for anybody out there watching, and I am super glad to have you guys back as well, because such good energy. And look how amazing your outfit looks tonight. I'm just gonna totally embiggen you here for a second. Like, you're cool. I know, you guys look wonderful. Yes, with the lovely elf ears.
I don't think I've worn this since January.
Oh man, that is sad news right there. That is sad.
Yeah, we definitely missed the main
but here you are with all good. You should just wear them out of your house to wherever it is that you go, because I think that if there is one thing that all of the people in the mortal realm have kind of slowly come to the conclusion, it's just that, it's the dilligaff, right? Like, nobody cares anymore about if their hair is frayy, messy. Nobody cares if their clothes don't match. The goths probably still care if their blacks don't match. Is that true, Count Morbid? He's ignoring me. He probably has me on mute.
What?
See. Well, so I'm really excited to have you guys back here on the show, and if you will, I'll embiggen you here, and then see, that's why we have the word embiggen, because I use it all the time. And please, if you will, introduce yourself to everybody and tell this particular audience of who you are, where you're from, and of course, give a shout out to your peeps and peoples. And let's see what you've got.
I'm Cynthia McDonald with Starlit Skies, and we started 30 years ago. This is my son, Nathan, and our funny story there is he started out on the counter when he was about 8 because he wanted some money. And then I said, well, you're good at math, so go over there and take some money on the counter. And this was Colorado Renaissance Fair. And then now he's our manager, and he's a designer and crafter as well. We started out at Scarborough Fair. That's our home show. We're born and raised in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Dallas for me and Arlington for Nathan. And then, let's see, we did Boston, King Richard's Fair for 18 years, Scarborough for 25 years. And now we're in New Mexico, and 30 years at the Arizona Renaissance Fair, and 27 at the Colorado Renaissance Fair, and a few Comic Cons in the area.
Yeah, it's a lot of
coast
fun.
to coast.
We can go into the different realms of like working with the Renaissance community, as well as kind of finding that same type of community at the Comic Cons, and that same type of magical flair really comes across in both areas.
Cosplay.
And so yeah, the cosplay event is very popular in both areas, and we feel very blessed to be able to have both realms to be able to play in.
So what is it exactly that you guys specialize in?
Right. At the Renaissance Fairs, we are a jeweler. And the last 5 years, we have been focusing on our wire elf ears. And that also gives us a guest spot at the Maryland Renaissance Fair. So let's see. He has some on. They're wire elf ears, crafted in sterling silver with Swarovski crystals and glass beads.
There's a back wire. Whoop, there we go. The back wire is a part of the initial piece. It's the one single wire for the frame. And so this back wire here, that actually has a spiral to it. And our spiral just loops right behind the ear, and it cuffs like a C. So you just spiral it down into place, and then that back wire is squeezed in just a little bit so it becomes tight and secure. So you talk about wearing it out in public. I do. I have the ability to go out to like a dance club in normal world before all this time period, and or just the supermarket. And yeah, I do. I get a lot of looks, but it's good for them to see that they can express themselves that much too.
I super agree with that.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. We all need to be ourselves. And it just keeps us really busy.
And I'll show you mine. If you can see that. And this one's not quite finished yet. It's got a little hoop on the bottom, and I'm going to add some dangly bits. But again, it just has the hoop on the back. Woo, caught.
Oh, I know. I've experienced that. Can you hold it close to? Yeah, there we go.
So that's the back hoop. And then here's the front. Whee!
There are so many
pretty
sparkles and
colors.
jewels in that. I love it.
Let's see. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you just rotate it, get it up and over, rotate it down and around, and then you squeeze the C, and it adjusts to your ear shape. And we have hundreds of people who give us reviews, and they say comfortable. And that's my my motto is snug yet comfortable enough to dance all night.
Snug.
And we have this lovely thing that you love. Let's see if we can get that's a little ear wrap.
Yes, I love those.
Can you see it? Yeah. Here we go. Just wraps around, and you have to adjust it to your ear shape. Squeeze, squeeze. Oh, squeeze, squeeze. And this is going to be our giveaway. Can you see?
Yeah, so that's amazing. And
But you have a big picture.
it makes me cry. It makes me cry a little bit because I don't. None of us here actually enter the giveaway ourselves because it would be a conflict of interest. So we always get to see these amazing, awesome things that we're all like, yeah, but no. So because it's for our viewers who are out there.
Well, you might have a special present in your Yule basket this year.
Yes, exactly, right? Well, I don't know if you guys have something else. We can take a look at your Etsy store here really quick if you like. I mean, we have plenty of time to take a peek, a look around and see what you guys have.
So one thing we do on the side for 20 years is like, you know, the local Renaissance fair in the park or a Comic-Con. I've been painting henna there for 20 years on the side because I love to draw. And so on our Etsy store, we do have our masks. So these have henna drawings. Let's see if I can figure out how to do that. There we go. So that's a little henna drawing on the cotton mask. Oh, that's what I don't know. Where's the camera? And like this one, and they got little jewels on them.
Oh,
so we have
pretty.
But can you pause it in front of the camera so the camera has a second to focus? There we go. Yeah.
Very pretty.
Are they machine washable?
Yes, and cotton has a nose bridge, and oh, here's one more.
The ones without the nose bridge is always right up on my face. Man, I sort of want one of these to go to the camp out at, because we're having a camp out at the very first weekend of October. Oh, cool. Oh, is that like a filter that goes in there?
So we have the PM25 pocket filters. If you want pocket and filter, you can get that. You don't have to have the nose bridge if you don't want it. I make them any way you want. And then, so we got the masks, and those are on our Etsy. And then on the henna, I got to put these on Etsy too. I paint wood. I take the old henna and paint on wood. And then I varnish it and add a little color. That's all henna.
I had no idea henna was so versatile.
Wow, that's cool.
A little day-to-day.
Like these little stash boxes. Jewelry box.
That's awesome.
No.
You stash your jewelry there.
That's right.
Gotta keep it safe.
I muted myself because I had a sneeze right when you were talking, so I put myself on mute and I sneezed, and then you said that, and then it was just quiet. No, sorry, I didn't mean to make that awkward. Oh, cool! It's all steampunk.
Yeah.
And we have steampunk types of elf ears. We've even done different types of steampunk jewelry. We kind of dabble in all the different realms of the fantasy realms.
So, they look like they actually have, they're tactile. Like if you touch it, it's kind of, what makes it that way?
Henna.
Sure, Mary. So when we paint henna onto a person's body, it's like a mud paste, and it is literally raised up on the skin. And when it's dry, you can kind of touch it and feel it raised up. And so when the paste no longer stains the body after about 2 to 3 days, that paste kind of can be set aside or thrown away. So we like to reuse everything. And by taking the paste that no longer stains the body, we draw it just in the same way, same bottle. We put it onto different wood pieces. We've even worked with different types of just drawing mediums. And the ability to have that different raised surfaces offers so much more to the piece because it'll catch the shadow. It offers that feel to it when you pick it up. And so it just kind of offers more than just a two-dimensional surface.
And so it's literally just a henna, like as if you were to put it on someone's skin, and then you let all of it dry, and then like maybe lacquer over it.
Yeah.
They said they varnish it. Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
I was paying attention.
I put a little bit of sugar in my henna mix, And then that way, whether it's your skin or wood, it kind of glues down when the sugar dries, right? And then so we put the color in there, and then we varnish it 3 times, and it's definitely raised. But like you said, it's another way to recycle and reuse our henna instead of throwing it away after a con. So
that's something that Cara Delian likes to do, is to use henna. My daughter, she's very much into tattoo artistry and using henna as well. And that's what she wants, the field she wants to go into when she gets out of college.
Awesome. Tell her to practice on wood. Just go to the craft store and buy some little $2 boxes or plaques.
I had never thought about that. That is some great advice. I'm definitely going to pass that on. And she'll probably love to do that.
Someday you need to get the Angry Wood Elf here.
One little trick is if she paints on wood, and let's say she doesn't have sugar in her henna, then spray it with spray varnish. Because if you put a brush back and forth on henna the first time, it'll start to dissolve. So that first time, if you can do spray, or and then you can go back over it with the paint varnish if you want.
That's a wonderful idea too.
I didn't realize she could. I didn't realize that she had drawing skills. So that's pretty. That's pretty cool.
I could show you the pictures on my refrigerator.
Now I'm going to show y'all what I'm working on.
Okay, I'm going to embiggen you so we can see. Ooh.
Ooh.
So this is kind of a work in progress then.
Okay.
You got it.
Yeah, I should have done color so y'all can see it better. But yeah, that's how it goes. We cut it and twirl it and add some stones and crystals. Now, you want to show us off our Etsy?
Well, I do, but can I ask a question about? So that's all one piece of wire that you've got. The whole thing is one piece of wire.
It goes up, down, down, and then the spiral. Whoa, the spiral right there. That's one whole piece. And then this will be the back side, which is the hoop that goes over your back of your ear.
And how much? So how much length do you think that is by the time you're done with the whole thing?
My first piece is 14.
14.
And then this 14 inches. And then this piece in the middle is 6 inches. And so like I said, you just kind of, after we finish, then that's when you curl the hoop back.
That makes sense. Yeah, let's totally take a look at your Etsy. Oh, wait, you have another thing you're going to show us.
Yeah. So we start like this.
Oh.
We have sterling silver filled. It kind of cuts down on the price. It's sterling bonded on red brass. And then what we do is, show them that one.
We get to the point, I can use my jacket here. We get to the point where we just make the outer frame. And it is just that singular piece. So we'll come in and just put it all at the different dimensions that we need. And then we tie it together. And then that produces the frame that we are then able to build off of.
Now, this is a little bit of a mess, but this is the way it goes, because we were getting ready for Maryland, where we take 300 pair. And then
oh, wow.
So we cut like, these are 30, probably 30 circle, like it's little S's, and those go in one of the designs. But and then go ahead and grab one of those piles over there.
Sure.
Yeah, we get into mass production when we, like for Maryland, for 1 weekend only. That's all we sell at Maryland. Now at the other shops, we sell all kinds of jewelry, but Maryland, it's just the wire elf ears. And so my son helps me prep, getting ready, the prep work.
You know, I don't think I actually know your name because you.
I apologize. Yeah, hi everybody. My name's Nathan Haney.
Nathan. Yes, it occurred to me that every time you're introduced, it's as the sun. Man, I love those sparkles so much.
Those are so pretty.
These are some of my favorite too. The peridot and then the vitrelle. And so this can be a piece that is called a tip. And the tip always is the Swarovski crystal. And so it will make different rainbows, different shine, different opportunities.
So, and this is us when we start, well, like do 10 at a time. And then he went in and he put just the tips on them. So if I get an order for a green one, I'll just go pick up one of these and then I'll get started and continue on. Because it takes about 4 hours for one pair from the start to finish. But if we do it right, it's like, a little assembly line and we cut 10 at a time and 10 at a time.
Awesome.
Well, it's fun. I love it so much because my creativity brings joy to others. And that's what we tell people, like, we're just sharing the joy. Because when you wear these, people will stop and smile and like, oh, and it makes people smile. So sharing the joy.
It absolutely does. I know, because I often go out without putting a human glamour on, fairy ears and all, and the number of people that makes just smile.
It's so funny. People look at you and go, "Oh wow, nice ears," and you look right back and we're like, "You too."
I do. I say that all the time.
Oh, where did you get your ears? What do you mean? I came with these. Where'd you get your ears?
The Goblin Market. Where did you get yours?
I love it. I love it.
I mean,
that's awesome.
Laughing at me, at least they're still smiling.
Yes.
So
we like smiling.
Let's see here, and let's go over to your Etsy store, because I know that not only are we looking at your Etsy store, but you guys, we have like a double whammy, because we have the cool giveaway, which we'll show again when we get to the end of this bit, but then also you guys have your coupon code. Do you want to tell about that really quick?
I just want to share during this time of COVID when everybody's at home and we're doing really well. We have so many orders. Everybody's been so strong about, supporting the artists who are now at their festivals. But I always want to share that coupon code with our friends and family, which you are now. And it's easy to remember. It's TYSM, which means thank you very much. Thank you so much. So it's TYSM, thank you so much, 2020. TYSM 2020. You get 20% off your entire order.
So that is a very good offer. I'm just looking at these ear threads. I remember the first time I saw these and I thought they were very cool. They just go through, it's like an earring, but then it dangles.
Yes. And you can adjust it. You can wear it high, you can wear it low. I have one right here. So if I wanted to, I know you got
no. The way you said that, you could wear it high, you could wear it low. These are the
You're not showing me something. Can you see me? Oh yeah. Okay. So I don't know if there's a chain. Oh, there you go. Woo, there it is. So you can wear it that long, and you can put an ear nut. Or you can slide it and wear it halfway, or a little bit longer, a little bit shorter. And I just put the jewels on the end. So.
Okay.
That's the needle. That's what they call the needle.
But it's not pokey. There's no sharp bit. It's just like a normal ear hook.
Yeah, it's just like a normal earring. It looks like a normal earring. It doesn't look pokey. And here, man, I saw this. I was like, holy smokes, 254 listings. You have definitely been busy. And look how fancy some of these are.
Yeah. Thank you.
Fancy.
Yeah, we like to go big if we can.
Good.
But also, just to share, we also go simple, and you can start out with a pair that's not super fancy for $28. A lot of them are $38 and $44 on average, and that'll be great with the coupon, but they go up to $120, so, but it's like, I love custom orders too. So if anybody ever they want to match a costume, or like this one lady lately, she took one set, like she took two sets. She wanted one side on one set and one side on the other. And then we made her a listing, and we made them special just for her. So we love custom orders.
Change it up a little bit, keep the challenge going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a steampunk one.
Yeah, I know. And then there's also these cool ones that are sort of fin looking. They're like mermaid ears, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we wanted to go something different than human, and not necessarily the generic like elf or fae, pixie type of situation. But there's people who want just the circular ones, just normal ear-sized shapes. And so that's why when, in some ways, getting the ear wrap out there offers that more round essence to it, if you're not necessarily interested in just the fantasy point.
I have to make everything with pointed ears. I have drawings from when I was 10 years old, and everything I drew, I put pointed ears on them. I just am that person.
Awesome.
It was your fairy spirit that was coming out even when you were young. You didn't know then, but you do know now.
You know what? When I was 10 and I drew this picture and I gave her pointed ears, my grandma, it was like I was in a spell. And then when I was done, I laid down my pencil, and then I looked up and my grandmother was sitting there. And then she goes, "Girl, what do you have in your head?" Magic!
She knew. This is cool. This ear cuff sterling dripping. Like,
yes,
that is
one of my favorites. I was bummed when I had to sell it. I mean, I'm glad it went to the right home, but yeah, I was a little sad. It's so beautiful to always look at it. We focus on Swarovski crystal as well as semi-precious stone. So, for example, that black shiny one that's kind of long in the middle below the blue ring. Yes, that's our hematite style. So it has that heavier iron crystal type of natural stone to go along with it. We've been able to find a lot of semi-precious rubies and emeralds and sapphire lately. So we've kind of been able to dabble in some of the more fancier names of the stones. And we've done that as the focus for pretty much the last 30 years. The Swarovski crystal is a little bit newer, but we love how they shine and make rainbows and the different colors, bring on the different shades of like the tone of the outfit or the hair color, whatever may be going on.
Yeah, especially with the Aurora Borealis.
Shiny rocks!
Yes, my favorite.
What was it?
Shiny rocks.
I love this style, with this cuff that's up top, and I have one earring, I think, that is like that, and I love it. With that cool style right there. Do you?
Thank you. It was funny because that's how it was for us in the 80s. And then someone said, "Oh, they're back," and I went, "Oh, for some of us, it never left."
Yeah. My gosh.
It's that Bajoran thing too.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I totally forgot about that, but you are not wrong. Now what's this? Ornament. Ooh, these are pretty. Are these necklaces? No.
They're ornaments. They're 3-inch wooden discs, and we would burn the edges. It's decoupage, and we try to hit everything, all, from one end of the spectrum to the other. But I also have all my fan art on there too. That one's probably the spiritual section. But like in the anime those are my watercolors. Yeah. And we turn those into little ornaments too. I love the BB-8 and I love my Batman Lego.
I was just gonna say the Batman Lego, and then you said BB-8, and I was like, oh, I like. Yes.
Let me grab one.
And what are these now? These are watercolors, you say?
I did watercolor, and they're just 5x7s. They're right here on the wall. I just did 5x7s and put a mat around them, and we sell them at the Comic-Con and on our Etsy for just $10. Signed.
Wow. Nice. Those are super cute.
Yeah, that's good.
Well,
And here's one of the ornaments.
Oh, I love it. R2D2 and BB-8.
And see, I put snowflakes.
Yes, I do see that.
And we just got our laser printer. We bought a laser printer last year, a laser engraver. So this year, well, if you want a message or a year or I love you, honey, we're going to do a laser engraving.
We'll get one of those for Count Morbid that just says "Bah Humbug."
The coolest thing is we can take any image. We can take a picture of you, and we can turn that into a little ornament. We just had a man, his uncle passed, and he said, "Can you make me 30?" And we're like, "Yeah." And that's when we got the laser printer out, and we said, "We got to figure out how to use this." I had it for a year. It's a little box, the engraver, a little box. It's got a little laser on it. But it only makes about that much, but I don't care. It's all good.
I have a tiny little printer. It's probably about as big as the pixie, the pocket pixie that was for the drawing today. And it prints out tiny little pictures about the size of a business card. And when it goes, like you were saying, you have the laser, when it goes bzzz. And I always tell the kids that when it starts that they are listening to they're listening to 1,000 pixies with 2,000 pixie wings and 10,000 Brussels on their pixie brushes painting the pixie portrait inside.
That's awesome.
Now, these are your children? You have kids?
No, I have no children, but a lot of us you see here, one of the things that we do is we bring the fairy hollow to several Ren fairs that are here in the Pacific Northwest.
I was gonna say, I wish you were my mom. You're so cool.
other children, human children usually. So, and they all go back to their parents. I promise. Nobody gets hidden under a bustle and hustled off to the goblin market. Although I didn't again and try to make children stew out of them, but you know.
I didn't trade for mine. I made them.
I'm going to start telling children that Fairy Princess Lolly is holding the pixies captive and forcing them, much like Santa does his poor elves, forcing the pixies to do all the work for her.
You go ahead, Count Morbid. You go ahead. And when I hear that rumor.
I was saying that I didn't trade for mine. I actually made them. So.
Well, so can we see one more time, because we are coming up on time here, but can we see one more time the item that is for this week? So right before the show, we were discussing what the entry word, because this is always the night that we pick our new magic word for the week. And yes, I'm going to embiggen you. So this is what the drawing is this week, is for this ear cuff. It's an ear cuff, right? Or ear, yes.
Correct.
Oh, man,
no piercing necessary.
No piercing necessary.
C-shape.
Well,
yep.
Ear not included.
Yeah. Those things are $18, and my cat eats them all the time. They're silicone.
Your cat eats the ears?
Yeah, these little rubber things, they're silicone, and they climb up on the table and steal them and run off with them, and they're $18 a piece. And so I'm like, but do you still have that picture, Miss Lolly? Do you have that? I sent you that photo. Do you still have it of this?
Yes. Do you want me to pull the photo up?
Yes, that's a really great shot of what we're going to give away.
Yes, let me find it really quick. And
whoever wins it can tell me if they want the right ear or the left ear.
Oh, that is an important thing to know. So, yes, let me just get it really quick here.
And then also, here's the fun part of those is these are roses. So there's little, like these are red aluminum roses, but I have blue, and I have purple, and I have pink, and I have silver, and black, and brown. So I would be happy to make whoever wins whatever color they want.
Ooh, all the roses.
Oh man, that's even better, right? No, I'm sorry. I'm looking for I want to get it opened in the proper screen here. There we go. That is the picture. So this is our giveaway for this week, you guys. Super awesome. And if you come to the hedge games, this will be a magic item that you can use in the hedge for the games. So we obviously haven't decided what its magic power should be, but it will have one, and you could be the possessor of this awesome thing. So I decided that this week's magic word, in order to enter to win this, was going to be thorn. Because it was suggested by the Wandering Lou, who is currently visiting us and is over on the couch. And then, of course, we all had a little singing session right before the show started with some, is it Guns N' Roses?
And Thorns.
Every rose has its thorn.
Plus roses. Roses have thorns. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And so the magic word, which means, of course, the magic word then for this week is thorn. And if you want to be entered to win the awesome ear cuff after the show, you need to just on YouTube, go to the comments and enter the word thorn. And then next week we will do the drawing, and that's what it will be for. Is there anything that you would like to show everybody? One last thing you guys want to say before we let you go for the evening?
We appreciate being here. Thank you.
We love you. What fun. What fun you brought into our life. Thank you.
Yes, that's the part.
I'm always upside down. I do want to give my son a shout out. So I've always been the one at the fairs and traveling across America. And then when he could, he would starting at 16, he would work in the shop. And then after he graduated from high school and did a little college, then he went on the road, and now he's my manager. And cha-ching. He's my manager.
I heard that. The timing was mischievous.
Yes.
God damn it, child.
Yeah. So now Nathan runs the shops, and it's really wonderful because our regular customers who've been shopping with us for 20 or 30 years, when I would have a manager and I wasn't there, they'd go, well, where's Cynthia? Oh, okay, well, tell her I said hi. And then if it's my son, they're like, oh, you've gotten so big. And then they shop like crazy, and they're good boy. But he's 30 now, and he runs our world, and I just love it, and I'm so grateful. And
thanks, Mom.
It allows me to stay home. I can open the show and close the show, and then I get to stay home with hot running water, flush toilet, the little things in life.
The things that Castle bring around, yes.
Yeah. Oh man, no,
I have to say that's like the world's longest job interview, though.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see if I got hired. I really don't even know. Like,
it's a very long interview process. Yeah.
Well, so it looks like Joe here just bought a pair of your ears.
Wanted to say hi.
So there you go. Hooray!
Thank you, Joe.
All right, guys. Well, we will let you go, and thank you so much again for being on the show. You guys are wonderful to have here, and I wish you all of the best.
Yeah, and let's keep in touch.
Yes, absolutely, we will.
Thank you.
It's good to meet you all. Have a great night.
And Baron, you're awesome. Baron, you're awesome.
All right. Wow, that was so fun. And you guys out there who all now get the privilege of entering to win the free ear cuff, I am jealous of all of you at the same time, and you had better avail yourselves of that opportunity. So
That's right.
here's what it is again. I'm so excited for this.
It is a beautiful ear cuff. It is.
I want to go buy one. I actually want to buy one of their masks because I was thinking about the COVID camp out, the COVID safe camp out, and since we are requiring masks at that camp out, I thought, well, I want a super fancy one, and theirs look pretty fancy, and they have little jewels on them, and then I didn't realize
the henna is awesome. I love the henna designs.
That is kind of what, yes.
So I was at Frederick Myers today, and there was a gentleman coming out of the store who was wearing a straight up. No, he was wearing a straight up plague mask,
like full on plague doctor mask.
Full on plague, and it was actually like a steampunky one, but like full on beak, full on plague mask.
That
and
sounds
I was like,
awesome.
you know, if you gotta wear a mask.
Exactly, right?
Yes.
Like you may as well go in style.
Yes. I was like, yes, that is on brand. That is an appropriate mask to wear.
Right. Well, so hey, I see our music box fairy down there. Hi, welcome. Look at you. You made it.
Right, I got out of the mundane job a little bit early-ish, so.
Oh, don't let those humans make you slave away too much.
That's okay. They're going to adjust my schedule, so I can probably make it the next few weeks. So.
Oh, that sounds exciting and good.
Yes.
Well, you got here just in time for the news segment of the show.
I see I missed Atlas and all of them.
What? Who just said hi?
That is a small one.
'Tis the famous Gabe. You know, the why is Gabe crying, Gabe?
Yes. So
Gabe,
why is Gabe crying?
What's Gabe's fairy name?
Gaby Roll.
Gaby Roll.
Gaby Roll. He is officially Gaby Roll until he's 50.
That sounds like something you would order from a sushi shop.
Exactly. We're trying to teach it. We were trying to teach him how to say Gabriel, and he said, "No."
Gaby Roll.
Yes, I'm in the show. It's okay. He's reading. So he's 4 and he's already reading. And so I can't message anything to anybody because he can read it. Yeah.
Okay, we did this one, the man band. I'm looking over our titles. Hey, while I look over the titles, Gunther, why don't you give us some gossip? It is now that time. Gossip, Gunther, gossip.
It's time for gossip.
What? It is.
Is it true that famous Dana stopped eating and using honey because she found out it was bee vomit?
It isn't really, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Found out it was what?
Honey is bee vomit?
Yeah.
That's not technically.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, then what is it technically?
It's vomit.
It is of their excrement, but it isn't necessarily.
But they don't.
If that's how you.
An excretion and excrement are two very different.
Excretion.
Things.
Whatever.
That is true.
Yes.
Very much so.
Whatever. Famous Dana here is not a big fan of the flavor of honey. I'm not really liking it in the first place.
Fun fact, I can't eat honey.
Why?
That's because she's allergic to everything.
No, I can't eat honey because it gives me heartburn now.
Honey is just like viscous sugar.
I know, but it gives me heartburn for some weird reason. It has since my first child. Stop that.
Also gives some people heartburn.
I mean, that's.
I don't have that issue because there's not very much things that give me heartburn, but you know.
I guess I never really thought about what honey was, and now I'm weirded out by the fact that it's some sort of weird excrement from the mouth of a bee. Do bees even have mouths?
Well, what did you think they did with it? Put it on their stove and cook it?
I have terrible.
Maybe.
You just scrape the pollen off
I did.
put it in a pot and stirred it?
Oh, no.
They are the pot.
That can be said of any food. Like, I have terrible news for you about milk and eggs. I have terrible news for you about milk and eggs if you're worried about where food comes from.
How do they make cheese?
Yeah, okay. I didn't know, and you guys can feel free to laugh at me all you want. I know. I don't know. I didn't know.
Just remember, guys, she burns water, so this is not a fair conversation.
And just so you know, almond milk does not come from almond nipples.
Yeah, I said that to her the other day.
Water.
Show me the nipple on a piece of almond. The easy one.
No, that is a
because
ridiculous
they can't
thing to
market
say.
nut juice.
I am now Googling almond nipples.
No,
So-
why would you do that? No, bad. Turn back.
So the rumor was that I stopped using honey, and it's not that I stopped using honey, it's that I don't usually use it in the first place.
Oh, so it's close, but not quite. Like,
Yeah, that's
rumors.
not the reason why. It's just the flavor. I mean, I would eat some really weird things if they were put in front of me and cooked properly, but you know, just
You just don't like the flavor of honey.
yeah. I mean, if you you taste it once and you like it, you taste it a second time. If you tasted it once and you didn't, you kind of go, I'll pass.
At least you give it. At least you give it the try of tasting.
Oh
it.
my dear God!
It's a good college effort.
What's happening right now? What am I missing?
A morbid screen.
Oh my God! What? No, Count Morbid.
Utters. It's utterly delicious.
Almond utters.
Oh, no.
It's a strangely cute little almond. I have to confess.
You know, I don't regret.
Do you call
Yes,
almond
Morbid's
utters
definitely an utter.
nutters?
I do not regret Googling almond nipples.
I will never,
Oh my
He was
goodness.
not disappointed.
I will never buy mixed nuts again out of fear of seeing that.
Oh man, this is bad, guys. Utterly nuts.
Nuts.
Yeah, don't ask me about coconut milk, okay?
Yeah, right.
No, we don't need
No.
to talk about bunches of coconuts.
God,
we
it's a
can
lovely
stop
bunch
at
of
almond
coconuts.
nipple. Oh man, okay.
Did you know?
So, I was supposed to be reading the article titles to give you guys one. So, oh my gosh, Ion's not here. Who's gonna man the timer? We don't.
Lou.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
Because you have nobody else in your house, yeah.
Make the wandering variety of Lou wander around the timer.
Get the lawn gnome over there with a timer.
Yes, because 4-year-olds are notorious for their long attention span.
Oh yeah. Okay, so the backstory on Gabriel is that he can't say Gabriel. And so we were trying to teach him how to say Gabriel. And so he said Gabriel, and I said, that's it, that's your name till you're 50.
He's gonna be so mad at you in a
I
couple
know
of
you're
years.
4. I know you're not 50. He tells me I'm not 50, I'm 4.
We know.
I'm closer to one of those than the other.
So am I.
Look what I have been brought. Yes. Okay, so I feel like we don't have very much weird news this week. I mean, there are some. No, there's not as many as I want there to be. I want more.
I'm getting more. I'll go get more. Hang on.
No, okay, so I'm gonna.
Here's some shocking weird news. Things are not the way Fairy Princess Lily wants them to be.
And as a follow-up subtitle, she wants more. Yes.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just looking at the ones we have. Oh, we already looked at the farm animals being rented out. I really super want to have one of those. Nope, this one's dumb and I don't like it. Florida City. Oh boy, Florida man. Florida City is to lift a ban on saggy pants 13 years after it was put in place. Man, Florida's had a ban on saggy pants for 13 years?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's really weird.
Why are they getting rid of it?
I don't know. And then we also have, how about this?
Probably because it was the dumb law in the first place.
There are a lot dumber laws, I suppose.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see. I can imagine though why they might have that law. Massachusetts man who is 88 will have walked about the circumference of the world. Like he actually is walking the circumference of the world, or he's just literally walked that far in his life. I don't know. Okay, so
there are oceans.
That's why there's voting.
Well, but me, I hate you, Count Morbid. Okay.
And logic. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I know. I'm just tired, okay? Is that okay? Can I be tired today? Listen, 2020 is taking its toll on me. I'm exhausted. It's smoky and balmy and dark and terrible.
Well, just go out and get some fresh air and sunlight.
Whoa,
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay, we'll look at that one next. Okay, if you want to hear about the Massachusetts man who has walked the circumference of the world, press number 1. And if you want to hear about Florida lifting the saggy pants ban, press number 2. Number one is the Massachusetts man, and number 2 is the Florida man. The timer is officially going, for it has been brought and put into my hand.
It has become man versus man.
Yes, that's exactly right. Man versus man. So it's either Massachusetts man who walks the circumference of the world, or Florida ban on saggy pants. I don't know.
Did you know Mr. Potato Head was the first toy to be advertised on TV?
Count Morbid, you can't vote twice. Did I know that?
That was an actual potato.
Yeah, Mr. Potato Head was the first toy to be advertised on TV. Did you know that?
And it didn't even come with the potato. It was just his bucket of parts.
It is just a bunch of parts, yeah.
And you put them in a potato.
In a potato.
Wait, I thought that is that not how he still is? I mean,
no, he's an actual plastic potato.
No, that is how the song went. It's Mr. Potato Head and his bucket of parts.
Yeah, that was later.
To make him lots more fun.
But in the 50s, it was just his part. It was just the bucket of parts.
Well, where was the potato? What were
you got it from your kitchen.
Supplied your own actual potato. You're not kidding. The original Mr. Potato Head was you just had to get your own actual potato.
And because they were sharp, they quite logically went to a plastic potato with parts that had that went into pre-drilled holes.
Okay, we have to make sure no one's gonna get hurt.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, but then again, this is the same generation that had lawn darts.
I like lawn darts.
Hey, hold on, we have lawn darts.
Yeah, you sound like you were probably hit with a few too.
Everyone is still alive.
I was hit with those mallets they used to play croquet.
So you were the croquet ball, or they just decided it was more fun to hit you with them?
Yes. You know, a bit of both.
Okay.
All right, you guys, we've got 1 vote for 1 and 2 votes for 2. So 2 was the saggy pants. Oh man, this better not be one of those websites. Okay, so it's going to be.
You didn't vet the website first?
She never does.
Nope.
Oh, well, no, I never do. That's true. But also, the news comes from a bajillion different places across the spider webs, and because of that, my little blocker that makes sure I don't get spam, if it's a new place that I haven't been, it always will do the cookies. It'll tell me that they have cookies and I need to come to the dark side, and then they want me to allow advertising. So that is usually a thing that happens. And
basically, she's saying, screw you, interwebs.
So, yeah, well, you know, let's see.
Sometimes we have to jump through a few hedges to use the interwebs.
It's true. Brambles for sure. Okay, here we go. Florida City is. I thought the reason that I would think that the reason they did this is because people would try to shoplift, and that's one of the ways that they would hide things.
No, that's not why.
That's how I used to.
That was how they justified it.
Okay, it's. Oh my God, no! I am not reading this article. That is terrible, and it makes me angry to look at it.
Yeah,
you were right.
There's a lot of butts. There's way too many butts.
It makes me mad to know that was a thing, but it doesn't surprise me, Florida.
Are you mad, bro?
No, I'm not reading that article. I'm sorry, guys. Are you
mad?
I think that it probably happened for bad.
It's not a good idea, no.
Yeah. So let's see.
The fact that the first picture was a fuzzy butt, we don't need to look at.
Who's Nigella Lawson? Nigella Lawson?
Oh, she's a British cook, or she's basically I'm trying to think of somebody more modern than Martha Stewart, but like she's like Giada De Laurentiis.
She's a homemaker.
Well, mostly cooking, but I think she may have a lifestyle brand. I think.
Gotcha. Okay. So this one looks kind of funny. I'm replacing the article. It's a command decision. After seeing the picture that was there, I was like, no, that's
Is this about the Vegemite?
No, I don't think so. Let's see here.
Nigella Lawson actually reminds me.
Leaves fans appalled with a pasta recipe labeled an abomination. Nigella it's funny because it's like the fans are appalled, but I feel like the people that I know would be like, there's a recipe for a meal that's called abomination. I must get my hands on it. Post haste. Where can I find this abomination?
I like making pasta. So I mean that's kind of, you know.
Yeah, okay. This is the one I'm thinking of.
So Nigella Lawson leaves fans. Okay, Nigella Lawson asked Italians not to shout at me after sharing a simple 4-ingredient recipe for a pasta dish on Instagram. But some people said they've never tasted anything so good. Okay, well, there's her. Celebrity chef Nigella Lawson. Yes, what?
Yep, there's the jar.
Oh, no, go on. Sorry, go on.
The jar. What are you talking about? Celebrity chef Nigella Lawson has divided opinion with controversial pasta recipe after claiming she's yet to find a child who doesn't like it. It is hard to cause much offense with a simple pasta dish, but Nigella predicted the backlash which followed from some as she pleaded with Italians not to shout at me. The recipe only uses 4 ingredients, but includes the addition of one you'll either love or hate. Marmite. Well, that's very Australian and British.
Yep, Vegemite.
No,
Marmite and Vegemite are different.
No, not much. There's not
they're
much difference.
similar. Marmite and Vegemite are similar, but still distinct.
Yeah.
So I have a story about Vegemite, similar. Though, if you guys want to hear it. Let's see.
I have several stories about Vegemite, but they came from my Aussie friends, so.
So Nigella wrote, so many of you know and love this already, and the rest of you are probably horrified by it. I mean, recipe is spaghetti with Marmite, and Australians may obviously use Vegemite, and Italians don't shout at me. This comes via the great Anna Del Conte. The post attracted more than 1,620 comments as some raved about the dish. One wrote, this recipe changed my life. I've never tasted anything so fabulous. Also a great hangover cure. Another said, yes, I have been eating this deliciousness my entire life. I love that you've posted this. It's tangy, it's carby, it's lush.
It's tangy, it's carby.
It's lush.
That's an Aussie for you.
Let's see. Others were having absolutely nothing to do with it. As one simply said, there must be something wrong with you. A second commented, what an abomination. A third wrote, I am absolutely appalled, Nigella. Vegemite on buttered toast is divine. But with pasta?
Pasta is pretty much just liquid bread that's been like thrown through a tube.
By the way, for audience members who don't know, Marmite is a byproduct. It's a yeast product that is a byproduct of beer brewing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're putting a byproduct of beer on your bread.
Yes.
All right.
It tastes like yeast and salt and soyish type of thing. I just
don't eat it by the spoonful. You put a teeny tiny bit on buttered toast.
This is one of those things that I'm willing to try that I've never tried before. I helped someone find it
don't
in
eat
the
it by the
store the other day.
It's described as a sticky, dark brown food paste.
That resembles the consistency of burnt oil from your engine.
I mean, I would
try believe that.
I would try it. I don't know.
I would as well.
Okay, so
what?
Let's qualify this. Anytime you put food near Fairy Princess Starly, she's like, "I'd like to have a taste." It doesn't matter what it is. You could put fried monkey brains with strawberry sauce over the top. She's like, "Hey, I could have a taste. Is this real monkey brains? Is that not true?"
It depends how well they're fried.
Yes, I like to taste things. Yes, that is true. You know.
Is this the part of the show where we have to go around putting stickers on everything that says "Lolly, don't lick this"?
I don't lick everything. I don't even lick something. Like,
as long as there's red nipple, she's okay to go.
This is a ridiculous conversation, and I don't like it.
I am going to mute myself, and then I'm going to say all the things that are exploding right now.
Oh,
no. I don't know. This is just bad. So
hold on. Beep, 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 beep. That's the truck backing up so we can run you over again.
Thanks, guys. I mean, with friends like you.
You know, I have kept people from eating things in camp by saying that I've licked it.
What?
Yeah, she does that to me all the time, actually.
Okay.
Oh, that looks good. I licked it already. And then he looks at me and goes, "I'm going to eat it anyway."
I look at her and so.
No, we're going to have now.
You know what's hard to lick first? Peeps.
I'm not a fan of Peeps anyway, so it's okay. I really don't like Peeps.
This one here.
I really don't like Peeps.
Okay, I really just kind of, because we know that there's got to be a picture with this. Okay, so we're going to have an animal war. It's either going to be spooky cat with no eyes or fur has become an Instagram star with over 80,000 fans versus watch as thousands of ducks let loose on Thailand rice paddies clear out bugs.
Okay, so I'm going to qualify this real quick, okay? This cat has more Instagram fans than you, Fairy Princess Starly, and you want to share it with the world.
I mean, probably everybody has more Instagram fans than me. That makes me sad, but you know, here I am. So, if you want to help me have even 1/10
by the way, this is coming
of
from me.
eyeless
That was a dick move.
You can go to my Instagram and you can follow me. There you go. Right in the comment. Okay, so if you want to hear about the eyeless, hairless cat with 88,000 followers versus press number 1, and if you want to hear about the thousands of ducks that are let loose in Thailand to eat bugs, press number 2.
So to be fair, you actually have twice as many Instagram friends as I do, so that's a thing.
Oh, well, it's still not very many. So, and I think I have more than twice as many. I could be wrong about that.
You probably do.
I don't know. Whatever.
Now I'm curious.
I mean, who's counting, right? Like, who's counting? It doesn't matter how big the number is.
So, on account of being dead, is it true that Count Morbid gets goosebumps?
I don't know.
Wait, I did what to the goose?
Well, on account of being dead, is it true that Count Morbid gets goosebumps?
I'm not dead. I'm just very tired. I am not in form of a dead. I'm just creepy.
Okay,
I'm alive-ish.
Alive-ish.
I forgot to start the timer. I don't even know where I set the. Where did I even set the timer? It's right here. Here we go. Here's the timer. I feel like I need to shake it because I took a. So we have one vote for number 2 and one vote for number 1 because that's what you're voting for, right, DJ Trichy?
Yes.
Another fun fact. You can be dead and still get goosebumps.
No, you can't.
Look it up.
Yes, you can.
No.
It's a trick question.
It's an after effect of
you can get goosebumps and be dead.
Of post-mortem.
I'm fairly certain with enough electrical current, anything can have goosebumps.
Well, that's true.
That could be true.
I mean, also, I mean, especially like, I mean, if you die and you're around gooses, they're gonna bump you.
I mean, I got fist bumped by gooses before, so that's the thing.
Yes. Okay. So it was number 1 is Spooky Cat with No Eyes, and number 2 is Thousands of Ducks Let Loose on Thailand. So if you want to hear Spooky Cat with No Eyes, press number 1, and if you want to hear about thousands of ducks in Thailand, press number 2. This is how much time you have. We have 1 vote for number 1 and 1 vote for number 2, and somebody has to be a tiebreaker here. Okay.
I found out something today.
Oh, congratulations! What did you find out?
I found out a duel between 3 people. It's not called a triple threat match. It's actually called a truel. A duel between 3 people is not called a triple threat match. It's actually called a truel. I didn't know that.
Shut up. No, it isn't.
It is. It's called a truel. Truel. Truel.
All right, we have a tie. And so, Gunther, what do you want to hear? Do you want to hear about Spooky No-Eyed Cat for number 1, or do you want to hear about Thousands of Ducks for number 2?
I can't do this because it has to be a yes or no question, or I can't give you an answer for it.
I don't
Okay,
give a duck.
yes for 1 and no for 2.
Yes.
Famous Dana, what do you want to hear?
About the cat.
About the
Number
cat.
1.
And Count Morbid,
about
what do
the
you want to
eyes.
hear about? Count Morbid?
Cat.
Cat? Okay. I think Cat is
I said
taking...
cat.
I heard you.
Cat.
I heard you. Everybody wants to see a
Not the first
cat.
time, apparently.
Because this cat's the only cat who doesn't know where its fur's at. Sorry, I was filking.
So which is it now?
Ew.
What are you doing?
I'm looking at the spooky cat.
You're not supposed to read it in your head.
I'm not. I'm sharing it. I was stunned by the picture.
Did you know the stage before frostbite is actually called frost nip?
Shut up. No more nips. Wow.
True.
It really doesn't have any eyes. Holy
Yes, that's why
smokes.
they described it as hairless and eyeless, on account of the lack of hairs and eyes.
Wow. I wonder how it got blind. Blind, I guess? Okay, here we go. It's no secret that Instagram is full of photos of people's adorable pets, from dogs that look like they've stepped out of a Disney movie to animals that look so human it's unreal. But one cat is causing a stir on the social media app right now, and not for the reasons you might expect. Over on Jazzy Purrs, a feline named Jasper has garnered over 80,000 followers thanks to his rather unusual appearance. The unique kitty is both hairless and eyeless, meaning he has no eyes or fur. Why did they feel like they had to define that for people? I mean, really? Jasper, or Jazzy as he is also known, was adopted by his owner, Kelly, when he was just 2 years old. At the time, he appeared to be a perfectly healthy kitty, but she quickly realized that wasn't the case. Oh.
Did you know, back in 2017, a bunch of fish washed up on shore with no eyes in Italy?
What?
Yeah.
Okay, soon the cat started to have the occasional flare-up of the feline herpes virus, which caused runny eyes. He later developed a corneal ulcer in his right eye in November 2013, which got so bad the eye had to be removed. Jasper was left with one eye until a few years later he developed the same problem in his left eye, and it also had to be removed. If that weren't all enough, the poor animal suffered a stroke in 2019, which he found it difficult to recover from. Oh my gosh, poor kitty. Wow.
This tells me.
Can't believe he survived through so much. It strangely seems weird to me to imagine a pet being blind. It seems weirder to imagine a pet being blind than a human being blind, right? Like, speaking to Today.com about her beloved pet, Kelly explained how he has adjusted to life without eyes. She said he does pretty good. The first day home from the vet, he was climbing on the couch and on my shoulder and all over the place trying to explore. It was amazing to watch him. A lot of people seem to have concerns and they think he has no quality of life. Though through every step of the way, I made sure I was keeping in touch with my vets and asking, are we at a point where a quality of life discussion needs to happen? And as strange as it sounds, he has a good quality of life. He is a happy cat.
Well, so for cats and dogs both, I mean, being blind isn't what it is to humans because they have the extra heightened sense of hearing and their whiskers and
they can
that
smell
help them. And yes, and their sense of smell.
I think that the quality of life I think the quality of life would be questionable if the cat like had to live in the outdoors on its own or something. You wouldn't want to, because then it is. But this cat is being taken care of. It's being fed. It's got an owner that clearly cares for it, right? That
the fact that he doesn't have hair means that he wouldn't survive outside in the wilderness. But
it's a hairless cat. That's a breed of cat.
Exactly.
So it's not as if he lost his hair in a fire or something.
Right.
So I don't know. I find though as long as the cat seems to be functioning and isn't clearly suffering, right? Then I almost feel like the quality of life discussion is sort of misplaced. To be perfectly honest, I mean, dogs, for example. I mean, haven't you ever seen dogs that are missing, say, 2 limbs or 1 whole leg, or animals go blind? They get cataracts in their eyes naturally all the time, and then literally can't see when they get to be old age. But you don't just say, "Oh, my animal has a cataract," and then put it down, right? People don't. I hope they don't do that. Anyway, I mean, sorry, was I impassioned there for a minute, you guys? Anyway,
I think you like animals, which is. I'm still waiting for you to perfect that opening the window, singing, and they come in and clean the house thing. Like, it's like it's sing, but nothing comes in yet, and I'm waiting.
Yeah, I'm waiting too. Like, to heck with Prince Charming. I want the forest animals that clean the house.
Right.
Maybe they'll show up and cook dinner
right?
too.
I'm okay with that.
No, hold on. That means that me and Ion won't have jobs anymore.
So Kelly recently also rescued 2 other cats, meaning that Jasper has some companions. One of them, named Tessa, is also blind, and she and Jasper were said to have immediately bonded. Fans on Instagram can't get enough of the trio, especially Jasper. And one person commented, "My heart melts when I see him. He's so precious." See, I don't know. I feel like he's got a good, loving owner, and so all is well. So another said, "I'm obsessed with Jasper. He looks like a living Halloween decoration." That's kind of true. He is a pretty cool-looking cat, right? Let's see. And a third added, "What a handsome guy."
Oh, that's very sweet.
I know. Okay, I really actually liked that story a lot. I mean, I always think hairless cats are cool-looking anyway, so... not as cool as the kind of cat that I want to get, the Savannah cats, but
I want to get a Norwegian. I would.
Yeah, those cats are so cool too. I agree.
Or like a Maine Coon.
I love Maine Coons. Someday, when Dreamhaven happens, when we finally land in the human realm, then we can have a big dog, and we can have more cats. We can have a ferret.
I want like
skunk.
10 ferrets.
I want a skunk.
You would want a skunk. They can hang out with the ferrets. It's fine. And we can kitty litter train all of them, right?
Okay.
You might want to make sure that the skunk is descented.
As well as the ferrets. They do. They have that thing too. So.
Okay, so this is interesting sounding. So, okay. Patience Worth, the ghostly author and her medium, versus Japanese military given instructions on UFOs. UFOs have been in the news a lot. I've seen a couple of things about something about UFOs over New Jersey or something. So
you see that I'm still adding articles as we talk. You know that, right?
So if you want to hear about Patience Worth, the ghostly author and her medium, then press number 1. And if you want to hear about Japanese military and UFOs, press number 2. Where is the timer? Here we go. Timer is going. If you want to hear about Patience Worth, the ghostly author, and her medium, press number 1. And if you want to hear about Japanese military instructions when it comes to UFOs, press number 2. Ghostly authors, number 1. UFOs, number 2. Gunther, give us some gossip.
Is it true that Fairy Princess Lolly wants to move to France because the toilet paper there is pink?
Wait, is it true that I what?
Want to move to France because the toilet paper there is pink.
Is it?
Yes, it is. The majority of the toilet paper in France is pink.
It's also very waxy.
I've been to Paris. I don't recall that.
Just because you were too excited, I think.
I was there for like over a week.
That's enough time to keep you excited.
I don't know. But I mean, I want pink toilet paper. That's true. I don't know about the waxy part. That does not sound very pleasant. But
I was trying to remember if the lady who had the biggest toilet paper collection of specialty toilet papers was from France.
What in the heck?
I used to have
what is a specialty toilet paper, and why is that the thing that people want to collect? I don't understand.
It's like printed with special designs.
So, fun fact: they did away with the dyes in toilet paper because it was kind of bad for your bum. But
go figure.
Up until probably 2 years ago, I had green. There was a whole pack.
That's
of
our one vote, you guys.
in my house.
We got one vote.
We had a pack of green toilet paper in my house that was older than me.
Did you know that the Eiffel Tower was originally
bright green
to be in Barcelona, but the Spanish thought it was too ugly, so they instead moved it into France?
No, that's not true.
It is true.
No.
It is true.
I don't believe you.
As a temporary landmark, it was actually intended as a temporary landmark during the 1889 International Exposition. French critics didn't.
What are you reading, and why are you reading things? I'm supposed to be reading about the ghostly author, not you and the Eiffel Tower and its issues.
That's all I had. It was that little bit. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Here, have your thunder back.
Thank you. Give me my thunder. What are you?
Gunther,
what are you
Gunther,
going on
get
about?
out of her spotlight. You know she hates that.
I know.
Gunther, get
Go
out
from
of her
here
spotlight.
like Destiny Shadows.
All right, here we go. So, Patience Worth, the ghostly author, and her medium. Wait, is it Patience Worth, the ghostly author, or is Patience Worth, the ghostly author, is a different person? And we're going to find out. Okay, here we go. Pearl often looked as though she was being two people at once. Both consciousnesses existed at the same time and in her one body.
She picked the weirdest article I found.
Around the turn of the century, I did not. The audience picked this article. Thank you very much, Baroness Gale and Cobble. There was 2 votes for number 1. So there. Around the turn of the century, spiritualism had risen in popularity for a number of reasons, and women were almost always at the forefront of the movement. Mysterious feminism consistently clashed with hard-nosed masculinity. Male debunkers, from distinguished scientists to flamboyant showmen, traveled the country to uncover spiritualist frauds. But there was one who remains a bit of a question mark to this day. The author from Beyond the Grave, Patience Worth, who is said to have come to her earthly conduit, Pearl Curran, through a Ouija board. Patience became an overnight sensation. People traveled for miles on end to see her perform in Pearl's living room. Through Pearl, Patience would recite poems and stories she created on the spot, while also interacting with the audience. Not only was she adept at putting on a show, but Patience also wrote several fairly popular novels, plays, and other literary works through Pearl. Now that she has mostly faded into obscurity, because she wasn't obscure before, there is some confusion about whether or not Patience was real or just an elaborate scheme cooked up by a bored and clever housewife. What was that? Count Morbid laughing in the background.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Pearl?
I'm out.
Pearl Curran then Pollard, was born in Mound City, Illinois in 1883. As a child, she moved around quite a bit. We're going to learn a bunch about her background, but nobody cares. It's said that she complained of many ailments in the end that turned out to be nothing. This proved her very similar to other women of her time, earning the title of hysteric or hypochondriac when, in most cases, they were simply reaching out for something beyond the constricted lives they lived.
You have ghosts in your blood. Try cocaine.
It's a heck of a drug. It's a heck of a
Or
drug.
7 shots of espresso, okay? However, this all changed when Pearl's father died, and her friend, Emily Grant Hutchings, suggested that the two of them try to contact him from beyond the grave. At the time, spiritualism was flourishing, and Ouija boards had become a popular fixation for those hoping to dip their toes into the occult. Pearl and Emily were not able to contact Pearl's late father, but they did, in fact, claim to contact a spirit. On July 8, 1913, Pearl and Emily received a ghostly message from the Ouija board. "Many moons ago I lived, again I come. Patience Worth, my name." Patience claimed that she was a spirit of a 17th century woman who had sailed to America from England and had been killed by Native Americans. While Emily originally took over the questioning of Patience, Pearl quickly began to believe that the spirit was trying to reach out to her and her alone. She stated she could see pictures in her head when she sat down with the Ouija board, once she was convinced the spirit was trying to share with her. Soon, people began to get wind of this ghostly occurrence, and Pearl and her husband started holding gatherings in their home where people from all walks of life could view Patience's storytelling prowess as funneled through Pearl. Patience parties. Patience Worth began to conduct readings of her poems as well as original compositions in front of audiences in the Kieran's sitting room. Pearl spelled out the words on her Ouija board as they were spoken to her, and her husband recorded them on paper in shorthand. While she was spelling, Pearl would hold conversations with the audience members or smoke a cigarette. Often, Pearl looked as if she were being two people at once, as if both consciousnesses existed in her at the same time in her one body.
So she was acting really well, right?
It seemed as though Patience was composing the works as Pearl was spelling them out. But despite seeming off the cuff, they were always impressive to audiences and remained of a consistently high literary caliber. Patience would also answer questions from the audience. When someone asked her what tribe of Native American who killed her came from, her cutting reply was, "Would ye with a blade at thy throat seek the identity of thine assassin?" That's some old language right there. Basically,
just because you use the fancy word "thine" does not mean you're old, okay?
But the whole phrasing of this, right, is basically she's saying, "I didn't stop to ask them while they were cutting my throat. Sorry." And it seems so antiquated, right? Anyway, many notable people visited the Kieran's home for Patience's readings. Edgar Lee Masters, the poet who wrote Spoon River Anthology, Stephen Broad, past president of the American Parapsychological Association, and Otto Heller, dean of Washington University in St. Louis's graduate school, were all truly flabbergasted by their visits to the ghostly author. But of course, Patience and Pearl certainly had a number of detractors. However, none were able to fully pull back the curtain or even explain Patience's work without acknowledging some confusion as to how it was done. Patience published. So, Patience's words of wisdom and a number of her poems. Okay, I'm just going to skip to reading this poem, because this is supposed to be a ghost poem. So, am I a broken liar, who at the master's touch respondeth with a tinkle and a whir? Or am I strung in full, and at his touch give forth the full chord? I mean, I guess.
That's a good poem.
I mean, it sounds like some sort of a very what do we?
And now Mr. Conway Twitty.
No, it sounds like some kind of an existential crisis question, right? Like this person is questioning themselves. I don't know. I'm kind of curious as to whether or not you can find these supposed poems. It was published in 1916, perfect timing, as books concerning ghosts and spirits. Oh, wait, the book was titled Patience Worth, A Psychic Mystery. But this seems to be it's a book about what was happening in the sessions. Let's see. In 1917, Patience's own novel, The Sorry Tale, was published. Its reviews were stellar. However, her next novel, Hope Trueblood, which was published the following year, did not receive the same excitement. For one thing, it was written in a decidedly more modern voice. Pearl claims it was intentional, as Patience wanted to broaden her audience. And for another, it was released after the spiritualist fad had begun to fade, making it seem passé. Okay, The Sorry Tale and Hope Trueblood. I really am going to look this up. Okay. The Sorry... Oh, that can't be it. Here we go. Excerpts from Patience Worth's The Sorry Tale. Let's see. Maybe I'll put in... Oh. Let's see. No. I can find excerpts, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe not the whole thing. I really want to find this now. I want to see if it's in the public domain. That would be very cool. Okay, I am tired of reading about Patience Worth now. Do you guys want me to keep reading?
No.
Yeah.
Patience Worth has been shown.
I feel like Count Morbid he just means he wants me to stop reading altogether. Oh my gosh, that. So it's already 9:30. I didn't even notice the time. So this one here, these ducks that are let loose in Thailand, is apparently a video, and so I kind of want to just see the video. Can we do that?
I mean, go ahead. Yeah.
All right. Because I want to see what like 1,000 ducks running really fast looks like, because it sounds funny to me. What are you doing over there, Music Box?
She's being music boxy.
Okay, let's see. Here we go. Thousands of ducks. Can you guys see them?
I
Yeah.
can see a bit.
Here we go.
This is the worst game of
Wow,
duck,
that's
duck,
just
goose.
quackers.
Oh my goodness.
You know, they have wings. They don't have to walk.
Hundreds of
And
ducks,
fresh out of
thousands of ducks.
I just love how their little tails are like wada 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 wada. Man, that's so many. Holy smokes. And so these ducks go out into the rice paddies. Where do they keep these ducks when, oh my God.
Hundreds of ducks, thousands of ducks, millions and billions and trillions of ducks.
There's the rice patty.
We're going Quackers.
Luke Luck likes lakes.
Luke's duck likes lakes.
Luke Luck likes lakes.
Luke's ducks licks lakes.
Luke
Luck
takes and lakes
ducks like.
Duck
takes
licks and lakes Luke likes.
Luck likes.
Oh, there is a Luke Luck in there, huh? That Luke Luck likes. Okay.
I can't blab such blubber. My tongue isn't made of rubber. No, I don't have 7 children. I don't have that book memorized.
Oh man. Okay. There's one more that I kind of want to watch that I'm not sure it's much of an article, but 2 bear cubs caught fighting on a porch cam also sounds awesome and adorable. And is there a video?
Rawr, bear stuff.
Okay.
Rawr, I vicious bear. I rawr you.
Yes. And so we'll watch the bear cubs fighting, and then it can probably be an evening here. Let's see. Adorable bear cubs play fighting. There we go. This is not adorable bear cubs.
I'm going back to almond nipples.
All right, are we done? Is the ad done? Oh my gosh, really? 30 seconds?
That's an ad.
Whew. Okay.
It was smooth like velvet, it said.
Smooth. Great. Can you imagine if you, like, where's the mama? Because you know she's got to be near. Rah, rah, down with you. I am killing you.
And now you know who won.
Oh.
Look, it's a troll. Not a triple threat. A troll.
I think that might be the mama.
That was mama. Like, no, you go first. No, you go first. No, oh, you go first. Go.
Hey, what's this?
Is there somebody here? I would like some honey.
Yeah, exactly. Is there honey in there? Are there any boggins that don't like honey in there? You guys want to share? Hey, where did Famous Dana go?
I don't know.
She's gone. When did that happen? I was reading an article. Did she fall asleep?
She
messaged something, but
oh, well, it is.
Blue screen of death. She had a blue screen of death.
Oh, her thing overheated.
Oh, blue screen of death. I'm sorry, Famous Dana. So that brings us, it is 9:31. That brings us pretty much to the end of the show tonight. Just as a reminder, you guys, the magic word is THORN. And if you would like to win the awesome handmade ear cuff, then you need to go onto the YouTubes and insert the word THORN in the comments after the show when we're done here tonight. It is Wednesday.
Also for an extra like little, submission, you have to send us a video of you dressed up in your fairy garb singing "Every Rose Has Its Thorn."
I doubt that anybody will do that, but if somebody does, I will give them a bonus third submission, because the maximum we have is 2. You get 1 entry automatically for being on our Patreon, and then you can get an extra entry for putting the word THORN into the video comments. And if you really if you fairy garb yourself up and sing "Every Rose Has Its Thorn" and send me that clip, I will give you a third vote, a third submission.
Now, mind you, you will be played on the show, but we will laugh together as a community.
I'm just saying. So yes, that is. I have put the magic word there, and then also the coupon code as a reminder as well. Which was from our merchant, who is Starlit Skies. If you use the coupon code in their shop, you will get 20% off, and they have so many amazing things. Please go and check them out. And their links, you can follow them on Facebook, Instagram. All their links are in the low bar description, the place where you have to unhide the comments. So we will be back on Friday with author reads, and I'm excited for this week's author. We have a great one giveaway to go with that, and then we will be back, of course, again after that on Sunday with the handmade home shopping. I totally forgot to say, you guys, that I want to do an Autumn Equinox. I forgot to bring up Autumn Equinox.
Bring it up now.
I'm planning to do a virtual ceremony for Autumn Equinox, and I totally didn't bring it up. Okay, I'll bring it up next week.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, in the comments down there below, you can actually find a place to submit your own gossip and news for us to read on the show.
Indeed.
So do it.
Yes, do the thing. All right. Thank you for joining us, everybody, tonight. Have a good night, and I hope to see a lot of comments for this awesome prize. So, bye-bye, everybody.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Count Morbid. He does not give any goodbyes. What? Count Morbid gives no goodbyes.
Go away. Go away.